Venezuela. We begin this midday in Colombia. That's where on Sunday, President Juan Manuel Santos halted the peace process between the country's FARC guerrillas and the Colombian government. Now, Santos, the president, made the move after the rebels allegedly detained Colombian General Ruben Darío Alzate near the city of Quibdó. Along with him, the government claims the rebels arrested a government worker and soldier. The president suspended the new round of negotiations until the officials are freed.
Tomorrow, the peace negotiators were going to travel to Havana for a new round of talks. I'm going to tell them not to travel and that the negotiations are suspended until the situation is cleared up and the captured are freed.
And for the latest on this developing story out of Colombia, we turn to our correspondent there, Charles Parkinson. He joins us live by Skype now. Charles, I'm wondering, what other information do you have on this detention? Have FARC leaders taken responsibility for it? What else has the president said about his decision to suspend the talks?
Well, so far, the FARC haven't admitted responsibility for it. One thing that is worth noting is that ANCOL, which is basically a FARC-aligned press agency, in their editorial that they published on this subject, they've cast doubt on whether it was the FARC. Now, the big question here is, what was a general doing in a red zone? Now, that's a zone where it's known that there's guerrilla activity, dressed as a civilian, with only one other member of the military alongside him and a lawyer. And that's a question Juan Manuel Santos has asked publicly via Twitter of his Minister of Defense. We're still waiting for an answer on that question.
And Charles, what else has the president, Juan Manuel Santos, said about his conditions for the release of the general? Does he have any other demands? In other words, if the general is released, will these talks continue as normal, or is that clear?
Well, I mean, the general message that we're getting here is that, firstly, it's very important to point out that the talks have not come to an end. They are just suspended. And the insinuation is that, yes, once there is the release of this general, the talks will once again commence. Now, what Santos has essentially said is he's not willing to negotiate terms for the release. He just wants the release to be made. That's also a message that's come from the European Union and various other people. Now, reports have recently come out in the last couple of hours that the Red Cross are in contact with the FARC to speak to them about the detention of this general. However, nothing official has been said by them or by anybody else to confirm that the FARC do have them. And again, I repeat, one of the speculations made by ANCOL was it seems a bit strange that this general would turn up in civilian clothes and there would be guerrillas waiting to kidnap him. Why was he there? And really, we're waiting for confirmation as to whether the FARC actually do have him before any release can actually be made.
All right, Charles, seems like an important question. Thanks for your reporting. And the latest development follows a series of achievements at the peace talks, which have been in process since 2012. The FARC and the Colombian government have made important advances, notably on drug-related issues. The guerrilla group and the government have agreed to eradicate coca and other crops with the understanding that the government will help provide alternative products for farmers. Now, the two sides have also reached agreements on land distribution. Both parties agreed that the government would provide land to displaced small farmers. Also importantly, the two sides have agreed to the formal participation of the guerrilla group in national politics.